Utah. This is actually insane. I think being from the Midwest, it'll never stop amazing me that mountains like that exist on these like beautiful lakes in the middle of nowhere. I'm on a road trip right now with 5 of my best friends, and we're road tripping starting in Vegas and going all the way to Jackson Hole, stopping at 4 national parks. We're going to Zion, Bryce Canyon, Yellowstone, and then finally the Tetons, and then we're heading home from there, and we have 2 camper sprinter vans. This has just been the most magical trip so far, and I am just being so called to talk about community and how I was able to build community as a traveler, because if you would have asked me 3 years ago, this would not be my life. I was a solo traveler, just wanting to see the world, and had no idea where to begin when it came to traveling and meeting people who are like-minded that I could also travel with. And now I have so many best friends that I can call up at any moment to go on road trips like this or across the world, and there's always at least one person that's down or has a free schedule. And I think that that is one of the most special things that I have created in my life, are just these aligned friendships of people who mean so much to me that really value the same things. If you don't know me, my name is Bailey, and I've been a full-time traveler for about 3 years now. When I graduated college in 2022, I went on a solo backpacking trip across Europe, and since then I have done a million other things and slowly collected this amazing group of friends along the way. If you're interested in more in my day-to-day life, I post a lot on TikTok and Instagram. If you're looking for more informational content on how to travel in your 20s and how to actually make it your reality, that's usually here on YouTube.
I was gonna say I had the fire extinguisher. I got this, I knew where it was.
Finding this community of like-minded people in my 20s has been the most impactful thing that has happened to me. All of these girls that I travel with are the ones that inspire me to do more with my life. They're the ones that push me towards my dreams. They are all just highly motivated, adventurous women that I feel so lucky to know. And I know I wouldn't have met them if I stayed in my hometown, because it takes a special type of person to do what we do. A lot of times when it comes to community, a lot of us are not blessed with a best friend or a boyfriend who wants to do the same crazy things as us. And you have to go out and find those people. And a lot of times it takes going out and doing it alone. But once you do, I promise that things will start to work out the way that you want them to. So stick around to enjoy the road trip of me and 5 of my best friends as we travel out west in a couple of sprinter vans. And I'm just going to talk about how beautiful a community that I made and how lucky I am to have these people, and really try and explain how I think you can do it too. I don't think this is something that is just unique to me. Everyone has the possibility to create this community. It just takes going after your life that is so aligned for you, even if it's scary.
I'm actually so happy. A little cold, but like this water is insane. We're 4 days in without a shower, so it's very much needed.
I think back to before I even started traveling, and I was a senior in college, and I knew that I wanted to travel the world. And I also knew that a lot of my friends didn't want to take that path with me. They were on a very traditional path, grad school or getting jobs right away. A lot of them were getting engaged or married. We were just on very different levels, and that's completely okay. But that means that I knew that I was going to end up going alone, which was something that was absolutely terrifying and really hard to grasp at first, because that is so far out of my comfort zone to travel to Europe for 4 months by myself and feel completely confident in that decision and know that I was doing the right thing. But I also know deep in my gut that if I didn't follow my dreams and I didn't go after it, that I was going to regret it forever. On that first solo trip, I learned so many lessons that I would have never gotten elsewhere. I found such a sense of confidence in myself because I was able to navigate everything on my own, and I was able to do it all. Like, anytime shit hit the fan and things got hard, I got myself out of it because there was no one else around to do it. I also had to push my comfort zone in pretty much every single way. I'm not a very extroverted person. I am definitely an introvert at heart, and I had to put myself out there. I had to meet new people. I had to talk to strangers. I had to ask for directions. I had to do everything that would make me absolutely terrified, and it was so good for me. You just have to be able to do things on your own and get over that initial fear and have fake confidence. Fake it till you make it, because it's going to take time for the people to come. It doesn't happen overnight, and that's the worst part of it all. You're going to get lonely sometimes, and you're going to wish you had people around you to support you, and it unfortunately doesn't work that way. A lot of times I believe that you just have to become the person that you would want to be friends with for those friends to then come into your life, which a lot of times means going out and doing it on your own, no matter how hard that is. And it's scary and the people will come. I promise you the people will come if you stick at it long enough. My first year of traveling, I met a lot of acquaintances. I met a lot of people that were really fun to be around the time that I was traveling with them for a few days. But my true friends, the friends that I still talk to today 3 years later, are the people that took time to make. And I slowly collected this beautiful friend group over time, but it did take years. And so in the meantime, I had to be comfortable and confident doing it on my own and doing everything that I ever wanted to by myself, because I wasn't going to let life pass me by and I was going to go after my dreams, even if it meant going alone. What do you see? Where are we going?
Old Faithful Geezer. Come with me to find myself as the Old Faithful Geezer.
Now, once you've done the hard part and you've gone solo, it's time to actually build your community, and a lot of that has to do with faking it until you make it. I am definitely not an extroverted person. I'm very introverted, and so I pretty much had to convince myself that I was an extrovert in order to meet people. This meant that when I was in hostels, I was going up to random people and asking them if they wanted to hang out with me, or if they wanted to go grab dinner, or if they even just wanted to talk. Starting random conversations with people on the street, or if you're doing some activity like a tour group, it's just finding people your age, just going up to them and asking them, because usually, especially if they're solo, they're probably looking for friends too. And the more you do it, it's almost like exposure therapy, and you get immune to it, and it becomes a lot easier. Another thing with that is that you have to be vulnerable. You have to open yourself up to people. You have to get used to rejection of someone maybe not wanting to be your friend, or someone wanting to do something with you, and just not take it personally, because everyone's doing their own thing. Sometimes on solo trips, I want to talk to absolutely no one, and other times I'm like searching for friends. So you definitely just have to put yourself out there and be a little vulnerable, meet a bunch of new people, and see what happens from there. I think a really good way to meet people who are the same vibe as you is to do aligned experiences. So that could be a whole trip. Like, I went to yoga teacher training in Costa Rica and met one of my best friends, Grace, there, and we're still great friends today, and that was like over 2 years ago. And that was such an aligned experience because everyone was in yoga teacher training. We were all doing the same thing. We all had a similar hobby or interest, and we were able to bond over that, and then great friendships just bloomed from there. But I've also gone to surf camp in the Philippines. This could be just joining certain like history group tours that you're really interested in, or finding a group tour of people that are your own age. It's just aligning yourself with experiences to meet people who are like-minded. It's like a foolproof built-in way to be solo and to still meet people that you'll most likely vibe with on the trip. I think another thing is don't be afraid to reach out to people on social media. I've met some of my best friends from social media. Thankfully, I work in the social media space, so that makes it a little bit easier, but I've been DM'd by random people before and ended up going on trips with them. Like, I road trip Scotland with a girl who I'd never met before. She just DM'd me asking if I wanted to do it. I met one of my best friends, Lainey, because she said that she would move to Hawaii with me for a few months, and now we pretty much go everywhere together. It just doesn't have to be as intimidating as it is, and social media sometimes gives you a little barrier to make yourself a little bit more outgoing without it seeming so scary. But I truly do think that once you start doing aligned things, the community will come to you. You start putting that energy out into the world, you start meeting those people, you start putting yourself out there and outside your comfort zone, and the people that want to hang out with you will find you. You will find your people, it will come. Just reminding yourself that the whole time that you are struggling through the loneliness.
It's winter in the Tetons. All 4 seasons
In 1 week. 1 week. Currently confined to the car during snowstorms and really cold, so here's everyone's spot of choice. Maddie, our fearful driver. Fearful? Fearless driver.
I'm not afraid.
Our fearless driver. These are dishes that we can't wash because our gray water tank is full. Sid's on the floor. I'm here. Elise is there because we are playing Monopoly Deal. Lainey's back on the couch. And then we have Haley up in the roost. I just need to touch on how important finding a community is. I just know that if I was still consistently solo traveling for the last 3 years, I probably would have given up. Maybe not given up, I wouldn't be traveling to the extent that I am now. It would have been a lot more lonely, and I just imagine that if I didn't meet these people, my life would have gone so differently, because now I always have people to go on trips with. I have girls that encourage me to go everywhere. I'm just so plugged into the travel lifestyle and community because everyone that I'm surrounded with is also doing the same thing, and being around these people just make the lifestyle so addictive. But I think if I was on my own, it would be really hard for me to keep going at the speed that I have been, which is pretty much full-time travel for the last 3 years. There's always that saying that's like the 3 closest people to you shape who you are, and I truly do believe that, because my best friends are the reason that I am who I am today. It is so important to find those people that get you on that level, to keep you motivated to be the person that you want to be, to achieve whatever dream or dream life you have for yourself. The travel lifestyle isn't easy. It's definitely very hard, and having a community allows you to go for longer. You have zero consistency, always traveling around, lacking a routine, constantly meeting new people, seeing new places. It can be extremely overstimulating. So I think finding this group of people to travel with has saved me in a lot of ways, because like they are my consistency. It's the built-in family that makes things 10 times easier. On days where I want to turn my brain off and absolutely think about nothing, and I have no capacity to plan something new, to figure out where I'm going, to figure out local transport, just to do all the things that take up so much of our brain capacity, I fully know that every single one of those girls can handle the day. Like they can do it for us, they can plan the trip, they can do everything so that I don't have to, which is extremely hard to find as someone who's type A control freak and needs to do it all on my own.